One of the things as I prepare to go hiking, there are two things I try to make sure that I have. The first, and most obvious, is I know the route I'm going to be taking when I go hiking, so I don't get lost. The second is to make sure that I have enough food and drink. And I'll be honest, I'm one of those people who tends to probably overpack when it comes to that. I never want to take a chance of running out. But it amazes me how many times I've gone hiking that I'll stop and, to get something to eat, to drink something, and inevitably someone will be walking by and they have no backpack, they have no food, they have no water with them. And by that point, they're really hungry and thirsty. So of course, since I have extra, I'm more than willing to share with them. How we prepare for a hike is very much, in a lot of ways, like life itself. The essence of life is really the spiritual journey that we are on. And within that spiritual journey, we need both directions and food and drink. And ultimately, where we get those directions from, where we receive that food and drink from, is the same place. Jesus. As always, Jesus is actually the answer when it comes to life. And particularly in this, Christ gives us the directions for how to live, how to make this journey. He gives it in the scriptures, in church teaching, and through prayer. Those gifts that he gives us are the means for us to understand how we make this journey, to ensure that we don't get lost and that we're able to stay on the trail in the way that it's intended to be marked. And the good thing is, when we get lost, and let's be honest, we get lost from time to time, he's able to get us back to where we need to be. But much like hiking, we also need that food, that drink that gives us the strength to be able to make this journey in the way that we need to. And in that, Jesus gives us the Eucharist, which again, as Catholics, we realize is not something, it's someone. Or at this altar, in a few moments, as the words of Jesus are said, it will be the voice of Christ that the Father hears. And in that moment, the bread will truly become, really, truly, substantially, the body of Christ. And the wine will truly, really, substantially become the blood of Christ. Not a symbol, not a sign, but truly the presence of Christ in our midst. As we hear him say today, my flesh is real food. And that is what Christ desires to give to us. Because it's so easy to get tired out on this journey. He wants to ensure that we have the nourishment we need to get where we're called to go. And we know Jesus will get us there, for he has told us, I am the way and the truth and the life. Jesus is not only the direction in the Eucharist, the food and nourishment we need. Jesus ultimately is the path itself. Because the journey we are on hopefully has only one ending: heaven. And that is where Jesus desires to get us. That is what he is striving for us, and that is what we must be striving for ourselves. But the reality is, Jesus and Jesus alone can get us there. There is no other way to heaven but in and through Christ. And so Jesus gives us exactly what we need to achieve what it is he desires for us. As we take this journey of life, as we take this spiritual journey that is at the center of the life that we are called to live, may we truly prepare by understanding the path we are called to take. May we seek the directions that Jesus desires to give us. And may we always be strengthened by that food that we need to accomplish this journey. The Eucharist, Jesus' very body and blood, the bread of life, and the chalice of everlasting life.